welcome to the West Asia Post. I'm Radi Francis coming to you for a new episode of WION's weekly show where we bring you all things new from a region which never stands still. There's a new nuclear rhetoric between Iran and Israel. Israel saying that its duty is to make sure that Iran does not restart its nuclear program. In Gaza, Palestinians are struggling after torrential rains destroyed whatever was left in the strip. And in Yemen, Houthis are revamping their military strengths, putting the region on edge again. All this is lined up, but first, the headlines. Nuclear tensions are back at the forefront in West Asia. Iran and Israel are exchanging warnings as the shadow war over the nuclear power intensifies. The Mossad chief is saying that Israel's duty is to ensure that Iran can never restart its nuclear program. Watch our report.
The gloves are off in the world's most dangerous poker game. Fresh clouds of war are hovering over West Asia. The shadow war has moved into the open and the language is turning nuclear. Mossad chief David Barnea has thrown down the gauntlet, declaring it Israel's duty to ensure Iran can never restart its nuclear project after the devastating 12-day war that shattered key sites. Mossad chief praises the opening surprise strikes on Iran in June as proof that Iran was entirely exposed and infiltrated, yet insists Tehran's dream of a bomb still beats in their hearts. Israeli officials says Iran is trying to deceive the world again and vows that Israeli and US action has gravely damaged but must permanently disable Iran's nuclear capabilities. Tehran isn't silent, it's signaling resolve and readiness. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi asserts Iran is prepared for all scenarios, warning that the US and Israel know past wars failed to break the country's will. Araghchi stresses that Iran does not seek conflict, but insists the armed forces and the public are fully mobilized to defend the nation. In a fresh statement, RGC says, during the 12-day war in June, Iran destroyed 47 Israeli strategic centers, and 2 power plants based on precise intel it had gathered over the years. Western intelligence agencies continue to assess Iran's nuclear capabilities, focusing on enrichment levels, stockpiles, and breakout timelines. While Iran insists its program is peaceful, What makes this moment dangerous is not just capability, but perception. Each side believes deterrence must be seen, not whispered. For now, jets grounded, missiles remain in silos, and words remain the weapons of choice. But history in this region shows how quickly rhetoric can harden into action. West Asia holds its breath once again as two sworn adversaries redraw their red lines in public. Bureau report, WION World is one.
Hamas may be battered, but it is not broken. After 2 years of devastating war with Israel, the militant group is breathing after a ceasefire was in place. And now it's taking this chance to reassert its control inside the Gaza Strip. We tell you more.
Even after 2 years of war, even after thousands of fighters killed, Hamas is not gone. In fact, it is back and moving fast. Since October, as Israel pulled out of parts of Gaza, Hamas has stepped straight into the vacuum. Its police are back on the streets. Its gunmen are manning checkpoints. Its security apparatus is questioning, detaining, and enforcing order. The group has been battered by war. Its top commanders are dead. Its rocket stockpiles are drained. Its territory is cut in half, but it has not collapsed. Israeli intelligence assessments indicate that 20,000 Hamas fighters remain. Much of the underground tunnel network is still intact. Light weapons are still widely available. And crucially, according to reports, Hamas still runs the core organs of government in Gaza. As aid and commercial goods flow back into the enclave under the truce, Hamas is also rebuilding its revenue streams, levying fees on high-value imports and asserting control over distribution. At the same time, the group has shown it is willing to use fear to maintain authority. When in October, it executed rivals and sent a warning to anyone who challenges its rule. This rapid resurgence complicates Washington's plan for a post-war Gaza. The Trump administration envisions a demilitarized territory, free of Hamas, with a new governing authority backed by what the U.S. calls an international stabilization force. Hamas digs deeper, reorganizing, reasserting control, and making it harder to replace. Hamas signals it is open to discussions, but only on specific terms. A full Israeli withdrawal, a permanent end to the war, and a path towards a Palestinian state. Disarmament, it says, cannot come without political guarantees. Israel, however, has made its position unmistakable. Partial disarmament is not enough. Gaza, it insists, must be fully demilitarized. And so, the clock is ticking. An organization once thought broken is quietly rebuilding.
The struggle in Gaza seems to never end. This time, the cause is nature. Torrential rains took by flood camps and whatever was remaining of the buildings. Many people, around 12 people, have been reportedly dead because of these rains. One of them is a 2-week-old baby. Take a look.
Gaza is facing a fresh crisis, one driven not by airstrikes, but by the weather. After days of torrential rain, the Palestinian enclave has been battered by flooding that has overwhelmed displacement camps, turned streets into rivers of mud, and caused war-damaged buildings to collapse.
I'm sending a message to the mediators abroad. The war has claimed so many lives, and currently our situation remains uncertain. The war is over, almost over, but death still lingers. We're afraid. We used to pray for rain, but now we fear rainfall, so it doesn't claim new lives.
More than 10 people have been killed so far, including a 2-week-old baby who died of hypothermia. The bombs may not be falling from the skies, but the rains are adding to the misery. Local authorities warn that many more structures could give way as heavy rains continue to soak foundations already weakened by Israeli strikes. Emergency workers are urging people to stay away from damaged buildings, but with nearly the entire population displaced, safe shelter is scarce.
All alternatives available to citizens are dangerous. A citizen's alternative to leaving this building at risk of collapse is a tent. A tent, without a doubt, cannot be safe for citizens. It cannot protect them from the cold, the winter, floods, stray dogs, rodents, or diseases.
Aid groups say the problem is not just the storm, but what Gaza lacks to survive it. They warn that despite a ceasefire agreed in October, too little aid is getting in, and these tents provide little protection against winter rain and cold.
We woke up to a sound like an explosion. We got out and found our neighbor's house, which was weakened because of shelling, and because of the strong winds and rain, it fell completely.
As winter tightens its grip, the rain has laid bare a harsh reality. For Gaza's civilians, the war may have paused, but the struggle to survive has not.
Yemen is on edge once again. The Houthis are preparing themselves for another round of clashes, fueling fears of an imminent clash with the Southern Transitional Council forces. Now, as the Houthis shift from posturing to preparations, it looks like a war inside Yemen is inevitable. Listen in.
Yemen's fragile calm is under fresh strain as a UAE-backed separatist force launches a new military move in the country's south. The Southern Transitional Council, or the STC, has expanded its armed presence across strategic provinces, openly challenging the authority of Yemen's internationally recognized government. This is despite the fact Yemeni government and the STC are supposed to be allies in the war against the Iran-aligned Houthi movement. In recent weeks, STC forces have deployed into key southern and eastern areas, including Hadramaut and Al-Mara, these regions that host oil infrastructure, ports, and Yemen's sensitive border with Oman. The move has raised serious concerns that the long-stalled civil war could enter a new and dangerous phase. Saudi-led efforts to de-escalate tensions have failed to gain ground, with the STC refusing to withdraw from areas it has recently seized or entered. Now, the escalation has reached Abyan. The STC's armed wing, the Southern Armed Forces, has announced a renewed operation known as Operation Eastern Arrows. Images released by the group show armored vehicles and troops advancing towards Abyan province, which sits along the Gulf of Aden and serves as a vital land corridor for trade, security, and military logistics. Officially, the operation is aimed at Al-Qaeda-linked groups operating in Abyan's rugged terrain. But its timing and scale are expected to further complicate Saudi-led mediation efforts designed to prevent open conflict between the STC and Yemen's recognized government. STC leader Idris al-Jubaidi, who also serves as vice president of Yemen's Presidential Leadership Council, has rejected calls for his forces to withdraw from recently seized areas. Tensions are also simmering elsewhere. In the north and east, the Houthi movement is accelerating its own military preparations. Reportedly, over recent weeks, Houthi forces have intensified activity along frontline areas, digging trenches, mobilizing fighters, and repositioning missile platforms closer to potential contact zones. Analysts view these moves as an attempt to boost readiness amid growing talks of indirect confrontations or even open hostilities with the STC.
West Asia is preparing for Christmas, the season of full joy and cheer. It is the region where Christ was born, from Bethlehem in Palestine to Idlib in Syria and even Tyre in South Lebanon. Everybody is celebrating in their own way. In the next report, we take a look at some of the celebrations across the region.
Christmas returns to the Holy Land quietly and with hope. From Lebanon's coastal towns to Gaza City and Bethlehem, the